Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really going to get into something fascinating. We're looking at a collection of, well, seemingly simple stories. But the idea is to dig beneath that surface and find some, surprising wisdom about well-being, connection, even inner strength. Really looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's a great collection. These sources, they're short narratives, quite poignant, actually. Each one feels like a little nugget of knowledge, you could say, about living a more aware, more heartfelt life. And our mission really is to connect those dots for you, to show how these quiet stories offer some pretty profound, actionable insights for your own journey.
Right, so think of it as maybe a shortcut. Bypassing all the noise online and getting straight to some core truths, finding those aha moments that kind of emerge naturally from shared human experiences from the stories themselves. Okay, so let's start with this first idea from The Smile You Forgot. It poses a pretty simple question, actually. When was the last time you really, truly smiled? Like a genuine smile, not because something huge happened, but just because.
Hmm.
It strikes me that, well, we've become experts at being busy, haven't we? But maybe beginners at just being happy. We seem to wait for the big moments to give us permission.
That's exactly it. That's the subtle thing this story gets at. It's about how much internal permission we deny ourselves. It highlights the agency we actually have over our own immediate happiness, even in tiny moments. The story suggests this forgotten smile isn't about something external we're missing. It's more about being fully present, being alive in the moment. We get so disconnected looking for the big things that we just overlook the beauty in the ordinary.
Yeah, the ordinary, that's often the hardest stuff to notice, isn't it? We're
Yeah.
trained to look for the fireworks. What kind of ordinary moments are we talking about here? The stories mention things like a child with a paper windmill, maybe, or that smell of rain after it's been dry, or, your pet doing something completely daft. My dog still chases phantom squirrels in his sleep. It cracks me up every time. It's those moments, right?
Yeah.
The ones that just hit differently.
Absolutely. Or like a really nice text from a friend out of the blue, or
Mhm.
rediscovering a song you completely forgot you loved. Yeah. These narratives, they sort of challenge you, the listener. Notice one small thing today that makes you smile, and then really feel it. Let yourself reclaim that simple joy. It's like remembering happiness often comes from within,
Hmm.
not just from out there.
Reclaiming simple joy. I like that. But what about when those ordinary moments feel a bit hollow? Or when joy feels distant because of, well, loneliness? Such a quiet human thing, right? So many people feel it. That brings us to this next story, The Window with No Curtain. It's about an old man who just waves from his window.
Yeah. And that image, the window with literally no curtain, it feels like a symbol for needing connection. The real insight there, I think, is that often we need to be the first one to wave. We have to be willing to open our own curtain, metaphorically speaking, take a small risk. It really highlights our active role and, thinking bigger, even learning something new, like a language can be a way to connect, not just with others, but maybe with a future version of yourself, someone more confident.
That really makes you wonder who else is out there,
Yeah.
behind their own window with no curtain, just waiting.
Yeah.
Feeling loneliness isn't weak, it's just human. It
Sure.
often means you're actually open to connecting. So maybe a simple action is just send that high text to a friend, a cousin. You really don't know who might need that wave. Okay, let's shift gears a bit to something that feels very deep now. This obsession with numbers, followers, likes, grades, salary, steps on your watch. Everything seems to have a score. And the danger is we start tying our worth to these numbers, don't we?
Oh, absolutely. And one source really hits this hard. It tells this story about a student, right? Got 58% on an exam and felt not smart. The point isn't just numbers don't define you, it's how deeply we've bought into the illusion that worth can even be quantified like that. It pushes back, asking, how do you measure kindness or empathy? Or the courage it takes to, say, speak in a language you're still learning. These stories argue pretty strongly that our real value is, well, it's off the charts. It can't be counted.
It's so true. And that constant comparison, it really can be the thief of joy, like they say. It makes you feel like you're always behind or maybe totally lost on your journey. But the thing is, as these stories show, your path doesn't have a set timeline. There's no race. It's about walking your own way, focusing on things you can't count. Courage, compassion, effort, those quiet things.
Okay, let's move into something maybe a bit heavier, but universal heartbreak. Our sources give us two really moving stories here. First, there's May in The Goodbye That Saved Me. She realizes she was holding on to a memory, not the actual person. And there's Eli in The Stone in My Hand. He's carrying all this resentment after a betrayal, like clutching this invisible stone.
Yeah, and what's powerful is how these two stories kind of weave together around healing. Sometimes a goodbye really can save you. It can lead to self-discovery even if you never get an apology. And that links right into Eli's story. He realizes holding that stone of anger, that resentment, it wasn't hurting the other person anymore. It was just hurting him. So to forgive in this sense, it's not saying, oh, it's okay, not at all. It's choosing not to carry that weight anymore. For your own peace, your own freedom, really.
That feels incredibly freeing, just hearing it described like that. And healing. It's real,
Yeah.
but it's not fast, is it? Or neat. It's often quiet, messy, takes time. These stories seem to whisper that you were always enough right from the start. And letting go isn't weakness. It's actually this huge act of strength that lets you become stronger, lighter, freer. So we've talked about seeing things, valuing things, but what if the biggest gift is helping someone else see, even when you can't? That brings us to The Window. Such a poignant story. Two men in a hospital row, and the one by the window describes this amazing, beautiful view outside for his roommate.
Right, and the twist, the absolute heart of it, is that the man describing the view, he was blind. He couldn't see anything out there either, probably just a brick wall. But he chose to paint this picture of beauty for his friend. Day after day, it just floors you, right? The power of perspective, the power of sheer kindness. That act, it created hope. It built a connection for the other man. Gave him something beautiful to hold on to in a bleak place.
Wow, what an incredible gift. Creating beauty for someone else. When you can't even see it yourself, it really makes you think, how can we be someone's window? How can we imagine and share beauty even when things feel gray? For them, sure, but maybe for ourselves too. It fosters connection, purpose. It's like a quiet superpower. So as we sort of wrap up this deep dive, maybe the big takeaway is that finding meaning, finding well-being, it often comes from these small, gentle shifts inside us, right? And in how we connect with others. We've just dug into some really powerful ideas about living more present, connected, compassionate lives, all from these simple-seeming stories.
Exactly. They look simple, but together they teach us something profound. That our true richness isn't really in what we chase or what we can measure. It's in how we choose to see, how we choose to connect, how we choose to forgive, how we choose to love ourselves and others. The real transformation, it seems, happens in those subtle shifts, day by day.
So as you go about your day, reflecting on all this, here's something to maybe chew on. What invisible stone of resentment or anger might you still be holding on to? One you might be ready finally to just put down.
Yeah.
Or maybe what brick wall in your own life could you choose to paint a garden on? For yourself or perhaps for someone else?